What was the most eye-popping revelation that came out at you?
Well, Wolf, on the cover we have a generic acetaminophen tablet, and we say that hospitals often mark that up on your bill by 10,000%. But the one detail in Steve's story that just got me was how hospitals, you know how if you're getting surgery in a place, the surgeon makes an X with a pen. They actually charge $6 or $7 for the ink that was used to make that X where they're going to operate. That was the most eye-popping detail for me.
It's amazing that they can get away with these kinds of things. How is that possible?
Well, it's because the system isn't really being monitored ultimately, that it's a seller's market on the part of hospitals and healthcare providers, but buyers don't have any opportunity to negotiate. We don't have any knowledge. People generally don't look at their bills. So it's kind of an unregulated process, even though we think it's an industry that is too regulated.
What do you think Washington needs to do to fix this?
Well, one of the things that Steve does in the story, Wolf, as you know, is, Medicare is a kind of hero there because the federal government says Medicare has to monitor cost and can't pay more than a few percentage points more than what it actually costs the hospitals. But even in Obamacare and traditional federal legislation, Medicare can't actually evaluate the cost of drugs, evaluate the efficacy of drugs. Things like that will make a difference and would start to bend the cost curve. So there are different things that Washington can do. And again, it's a non-ideological piece. Both Republicans and Democrats, I think, are at fault in not monitoring this process and allowing the pharmaceutical companies, the health insurance providers, the hospitals to really be too much on their own.
And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time Time Magazine has ever devoted, this entire section to one writer, one story, 20,000 words to a single subject. Is that right?
Yes, that is right. But I felt the story was so important and that Steve did such a fine job and that this can actually change the conversation about a vital subject that I wanted to devote the whole issue to it.
It's an amazing, amazing article, great reporting. Thanks so much for doing it, Rick Stengel of our sister publication, Time Magazine.